Only winners find this video. And if you are listening right now, let me tell you something important. You are not here by accident. You are here because a deeper part of you is searching for something more. And as Carl Jung once said, who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. This is the beginning of your awakening. Most people live their entire lives asleep. They follow routines, obey expectations, and carry silent regrets in their hearts. They look outside for validation, for love, for approval, and never realize that the power they are searching for has always been inside them. But winners are different. Winners are the ones who refuse to be ordinary. They are not born with crowns on their heads or silver spoons in their mouths. They are forged in the fire of pain, in the silence of loneliness, and in the courage to face their inner battles. If you're here, you already carry that spark. And this moment right now is about fanning that spark into a flame. So let us begin. Section 1. The Call to Greatness. Carl Jung believed that every person is on a journey of individuation, a journey to become whole. This journey is not about being perfect. It's about becoming real. It's about integrating all parts of yourself, even the ones you've been taught to hide. The world has convinced you to shrink, to play small, to silence your deepest desires. Maybe people told you that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, that you're dreaming too big. And after hearing those voices for so long, maybe you started to believe them. But here is the truth. Winners do not listen to those voices. Winners understand that greatness never comes from the crowd's approval. It comes from answering the call of your own soul. Ask yourself, why are you here? Why did this video find you? Deep down, you already know the answer. It's because a part of you refuses to die with your potential still trapped inside. You are meant for more. And the fact that you're here, listening to these words, is proof that you're ready to step into that more. Section 2. The Shadow and the Winner's Path. One of Jung's most powerful ideas is the shadow. The shadow is the part of ourselves that we hide, our fears, our anger, our failures, our insecurities. Most people run from their shadow. They bury it. They pretend it doesn't exist. But winners are different. Winners don't run from their shadow. They face it. They sit with it. They learn from it. And they transform it into power. Think about it. Every doubt you've ever felt. Every time you've looked in the mirror and whispered, "I can't." Every secret fear that keeps you awake at night. All of that is your shadow. And inside it lies the exact energy you need to rise. Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." That means your fears are not curses. They are signals. They are doors. And if you are brave enough to walk through them, you will discover the strength that has been hiding inside you all along. Winners aren't fearless. They are simply courageous enough to face the fear. Why winners are different? Let's be honest. Life is not fair. Some people are born with advantages you will never have. Some start the race miles ahead, but winners don't complain about the starting line. Winners focus on the finish line. While others make excuses, winners make progress. While others blame, winners build. While others quit, winners adapt. And the secret is this: winners do not wait to feel ready. They act as if the world is already bending in your favor. Act as if success is inevitable. Act as if every setback is shaping you into something unstoppable. This is not blind optimism. This is the psychology of greatness. When you carry yourself with the certainty of a winner, the world eventually aligns with that certainty. You see, Jung believed that the outer world is often a reflection of our inner state. Change your inner state and your reality shifts. That's why winners succeed, because they carry an inner vision so powerful that nothing outside of them can shake it. Section 4. The Awakening Within. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you truly want. The life where you are free, where you are powerful, where you wake up every morning knowing that your existence matters, that life is not a fantasy. It is a blueprint waiting inside you, and every decision you make is either pulling you closer to it or pushing you further away. The reason only winners find this message is because most people are too distracted to hear it. They scroll endlessly, they consume endlessly, but they never awaken. But you are listening. That means something in you is ready. Jung once wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Think about that. How much of your life has been controlled by unconscious habits, by fears you never faced, by voices in your head that were never truly yours? How many times have you said, "That's just the way things are," when in reality, you had the power to change them? The awakening begins when you decide to stop living as a victim of fate and start living as the author of your destiny. Section 5. The first step of winners. So where do we begin? The first step is simple, but not easy. Take responsibility for everything. Yes, everything. Not because it's your fault, but because it's your power. When you blame others, you give away your strength. When you say, "I am responsible," you reclaim it. Winners don't waste energy pointing fingers. They focus on what they can control. Jung taught that the true journey of transformation begins inside. And once the inside changes, the outside cannot help but follow. So today, make a choice. To stop running from yourself, to stop hiding your gifts, and to stop believing the lie that you are not enough. You are more than enough. You are powerful beyond measure, and you are ready to rise. This is only the beginning. You are awakening, and the path ahead is not for the faint of heart. But if you choose it, if you walk it, if you claim it, you will discover what only winners know, that everything you've been searching for has been within you all along. Remember this, only winners find this message, and you are one of them, deep and calm. Winners are not shaped in comfort. They are built in the fire of struggle. And in this part of our journey together, we are going to talk about the very thing most people fear: pain, rejection, and failure. Carl Jung taught that there is no coming to consciousness without pain. Pain is not a punishment. Pain is a teacher. It is the language life uses to awaken us, to strip away the illusions, and to show us what we are truly made of. The difference between an ordinary person and a winner is not that winners don't feel pain. They do. The difference is that winners choose to see pain differently. They don't run from it. They don't let it define them. They let it shape them into warriors of resilience. Section 1. Failure as fuel. Let's get honest. You will fail. Not once, not twice, but many times. You will be told no. You will be misunderstood. People will laugh. People will doubt you. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is the road to success. Every setback is a stepping stone. Every rejection is redirection. Every scar is a symbol of your strength. Carl Jung believed in the process of individuation, the path of becoming whole. And failure is a critical part of that process. Without failure, you never face your limits. Without limits, you never grow. Think about the strongest people you admire. None of them got there without failing. They walked through fire, and that fire transformed them. So when you fail, not if, but when, don't ask, "Why me?" Instead ask, "What is this teaching me? What power is being built in me right now?" Because winners know, the wound is where the light enters. Section 2. The shadow in rejection. Rejection cuts deeper than failure. It makes us question our worth, our identity, our very place in this world. But here's the truth. Rejection is rarely about you. It is about alignment. Jung taught us about the shadow, the parts of ourselves we ignore or deny. And rejection often shines a light on that shadow. It reveals the insecurities we've tried to hide, the doubts we've tried to silence. But what if you looked at rejection differently? What if every no was simply clearing the path for the right yes? What if every door that closed was pushing you toward the one door that will never shut on you? Winners don't beg to be accepted. They accept themselves. They integrate their shadow and turn it into power. That is why rejection cannot break them. It only redirects them to something greater. Section 3. The alchemy of struggle. Carl Jung often spoke of alchemy, the process of transformation, of turning lead into gold. And that is exactly what winners do with their struggles. They turn suffering into strength. Think of your struggles. The nights you cried alone. The moments you thought you couldn't go on. The weight of silence when nobody believed in you. What if those moments were not curses but ingredients? What if they were the raw material being alchemized into greatness? Winners understand this secret. Life will not hand you success wrapped in gold. Life will hand you trials wrapped in darkness. And only those who have the courage to keep walking through that darkness will find the treasure hidden inside. So don't run from your struggles. Embrace them. Thank them. Because one day they will become the very story that inspires someone else to rise. Section 4. Individuation. Becoming whole. Jung's greatest gift to psychology was the idea of individuation, the journey of becoming whole. This means bringing together the conscious and the unconscious, the light and the shadow, the weak and the strong. Most people live half-lives. They present only the parts of themselves that the world approves of. They wear masks. They play roles, but inside they are fragmented, winners or whole. They accept all of themselves, the light and the dark, the triumph and the failure, the strength and the weakness. To be whole does not mean to be perfect. It means to be real. And when you are real, you are unstoppable. Because the world cannot break someone who has already embraced all of who they are. Section 5. Rising from the ashes. Every great story has a moment when the hero falls. They are beaten, broken, left with nothing. And it is in that moment of ashes that the true transformation begins. Your story is no different. You will have moments where you hit rock bottom, where everything feels like it's slipping away. But listen carefully. Rock bottom is not the end. It is the foundation upon which you will build again. Carl Jung once said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your pain. You are the choice you make right now. To rise, to rebuild, to reclaim your destiny. Winners are not defined by the times they fall. They are defined by the fact that they always get back up. Pain will not break you. Failure will not destroy you. Rejection will not define you because you are a winner. And this journey, your journey, is only just beginning. So take your pain, take your failures, take every rejection, and turn them into fire. Because the world does not remember those who quit. It remembers those who refuse to stop, and you, right now, are one of them. Would you like me to move on and prepare part 3, 3,000 words, now, focusing on practical steps to act like a winner using Jung's wisdom? Up to this point, we have spoken about awakening, about pain, about the shadow, and about rising through failure. But now comes the question every true winner must ask. How do I live as if success is inevitable? How do I act like a winner every single day? This part of our journey is about action, about practical steps, about shaping your mind, about walking with the confidence of someone who already knows victory belongs to them. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." So the path of the winner is not luck. It is not chance. It is conscious living. It is waking up each day with purpose, with clarity, with intention. It is acting not as a victim of life, but as the architect of it. Section 1. The power of belief. Winners know that belief comes before evidence. Most people wait until they see results before they believe. But winners understand that results only appear after belief. You don't get to see it first. You must believe it first. Carl Jung's work reminds us that the unconscious mind shapes reality. The way you see yourself becomes the way the world responds to you. If you walk through life believing you are unworthy, you will unconsciously sabotage every opportunity. If you walk believing you are powerful, the world begins to reflect that back to you. This is why you must protect your self-talk. Winners tell themselves a different story. Not, "I can't, but I will." Not, "It's impossible, but it is inevitable." You don't have to know how it will work out. You only have to decide that it will. Section 2. Daily rituals of winners. Belief alone is not enough. It must be followed by action. And that action begins with daily rituals. Winners live differently because they structure their days differently. They wake with intention. They begin with gratitude, with clarity, with focus. Start your morning by telling yourself powerful truths. I am capable. I am worthy. I am ready. Write them down. Speak them out loud. Your unconscious listens, then take action. Even small action. Winners know that momentum is more powerful than motivation. One step leads to another, and before you know it, you are building unstoppable progress. Do not wait for inspiration. Create it. Show up daily, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Section 3. Acting as if. Here lies the secret Jung would want you to remember. Act as if. Act as if you already are the person you dream of becoming. Walk with their posture. Speak with their confidence. Carry yourself with their certainty. This is not pretending. This is becoming. When you act as if, you send signals to your unconscious mind. This is who I am now. And slowly, the unconscious aligns with that identity. If you want to be courageous, act courageous. If you want to be successful, act successful. If you want to be a winner, act like a winner. Right now, in this moment, before any evidence exists. Because reality bends to the identity you embody. Section 4. Choosing your circle. No one wins alone. The people you surround yourself with will either build your belief or destroy it. Carl Jung taught that we mirror each other. We absorb the energy of those around us, often unconsciously. That is why winners are intentional with their circle. They do not spend time with people who drain them, who doubt them, who keep them small. Look at your life. Who speaks life into you? Who challenges you to grow? Who inspires you to dream bigger? And who pulls you down? Who laughs at your vision? Who secretly hopes you fail so they can feel better about their own mediocrity? A winner chooses. A winner sets boundaries. A winner surrounds themselves with people who reflect the best version of who they are becoming. Section 5. Resilience in action. Acting like a winner does not mean the road will be easy. You will still face storms. But winners act with resilience. When others collapse under pressure, winners breathe deeper. When others give up, winners dig deeper. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's built. Every time you keep going when you want to quit, you are building resilience. Every time you rise after a fall, you are becoming unbreakable. Carl Jung believed that the self is discovered through struggle. That is why resilience is not optional. It is the foundation of greatness. Section 6. Living with purpose. A winner is not someone who simply collects achievements. A winner is someone who lives with purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want to win? What will my victory give to the world? Because true winners don't just rise for themselves. They rise to inspire others. They rise to show what is possible. They rise to lift others who are still trapped in their own darkness. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And when you become that, when you live your truth fully, you give others permission to do the same. So, act as if. Believe as if. Live as if. Walk through this life as though everything is already working out in your favor. Because it is. Winners are not lucky. They are intentional. They are disciplined. They are resilient. And most of all, they are aligned with the deepest truth of who they are. And you, listening right now, are one of them. You would not be here if you weren't. Remember this. Only winners find this message. And your next step is not to just listen, but to live it. We have arrived at the final part of this journey. And if you are still listening, you are different. You are not ordinary. Because most people turn away when the message asks them to change. Most people run from truth because truth demands responsibility. But you are still here, and that makes you a winner already. Carl Jung believed that the greatest privilege of life is becoming who you truly are, and that is the work of a lifetime. To peel away the false layers, to face your shadows, to embrace your power, and to walk in alignment with your deepest self. So now, in this final part, let us talk about legacy. About what it means to not just live as a winner, but to leave something behind that can never be destroyed. Section 1. The winner's mindset of legacy. A true winner does not think only of today. A true winner thinks of tomorrow, of the seeds they are planting, of the impact they will leave. Ask yourself, when your time on this earth ends, what will remain? Will people remember you as someone who complained, who doubted, who lived small? Or will they remember you as someone who stood tall, who gave their best, who inspired others to rise? Legacy is not about monuments or statues. Legacy is about hearts. It's about lives touched. It's about people you may never meet, who will still be better because you existed. Winners know that their journey is bigger than themselves. They know their victories are not only for them, but for everyone who comes after them. Section 2. Healing the shadow. Carl Jung taught that the shadow, the parts of us we try to hide or deny, must be faced if we are to live fully. Winners don't ignore their shadows. They don't pretend to be perfect. They confront the darkness within, because every shadow holds energy. And when you face it, you unlock power. Maybe your shadow is fear. Maybe it is shame. Maybe it is anger. Do not run from it. Look at it, name it, understand it, then transform it into strength. When you heal your shadow, you heal generations. You break cycles. You stop passing pain forward. And that, too, is legacy. Section 3. The courage to be authentic. The world does not need more copies. The world needs originals. Winners are not those who try to please everyone. Winners are those who dare to be themselves, fully. Unapologetically, authentically, Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And yet most people live as strangers to themselves. They wear masks. They live for approval. They betray their own soul for acceptance. But winners know the truth. Authenticity is power. When you speak from your heart, people feel it. When you act from your soul, doors open. When you live your truth, you give others permission to do the same. Authenticity is rare, and that's why it shines so brightly. Section 4. Perseverance beyond failure. A winner's journey is not measured by how many times they succeed, but by how many times they rise after falling. You will fail. You will stumble. You will face rejection, heartbreak, loss. But failure is not the opposite of winning. It is part of it. Carl Jung believed that suffering shapes the soul, that wounds make us wise. And it is true, every setback carries a lesson, every disappointment carries hidden strength. Winners do not escape failure. They use it. They turn pain into power. They turn rejection into resilience. They turn loss into wisdom. Remember this: failure is only permanent if you stop moving. As long as you rise again, you are undefeated. Section 5. Gratitude and grace. A true winner carries gratitude. Not entitlement, not arrogance, but gratitude. Gratitude opens doors no amount of force can open. Gratitude softens the heart, brings peace to the soul, and allows abundance to flow. Winners pause to give thanks for the people who helped them, for the struggles that shaped them, for the opportunities that tested them. They do not take life for granted. Carl Jung said, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." Gratitude is how we look inside and see the miracle of life itself. Section 6. Living as if everything works out. Now we come full circle. The ultimate mindset of a winner is to live as if everything always works out. Act as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. Act as if every obstacle is secretly a gift. Act as if the future is already brighter than you can imagine. Because when you live this way, your mind, your heart, and your actions align. You stop wasting energy on fear. You stop doubting. You begin to walk with peace, with power, with purpose. And here's the truth. When you live as if everything works out, it often does. Because your energy attracts opportunities. Your confidence creates pathways. Your faith moves mountains. Section 7. The winner's final message. So here is my message to you, the one who found this video, the one who stayed until the end. You are not here by accident. This message is for you. Only winners find it, and you are one. Live with courage. Face your shadow. Walk in authenticity. Rise after failure. Choose gratitude. And act as if everything always works out. Carl Jung's wisdom reminds us that our greatest task is to become who we truly are. And when you do, when you live fully, when you walk boldly, when you shine your light, you will change not only your life but the lives of countless others. So rise, winner. The world is waiting for you.